Oh.
This is the voice of Popular Mechanics. This is Ben Kirchhoff.
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
Good to be met.
Jock, hi, I'm Jim Meggs. I'm the editor-in-chief.
Jim, well, wow.
I'm so thrilled that you're here, and we're really excited about your contribution to world hunger, and as well as being part of our program. So this is the famous foot power.
This is it. Well, now this is the peanut jar, but you see, you can slide this thing off, and you see there's extra belts and pulleys that don't operate. So you can take this off, and once they've finished shelling their peanuts, they can gin their cotton, because you slide the cotton gin on, and then they can crack their corn, and they can thresh their grain. So it's kind of like a all-in-one thing.
What a great idea.
And the basic design concept behind this was that you got to go with the universal constants. And pipe is a universal constant. There's never been metric pipe. Pipe is always inch. There's metric too, but it's always pipe is always pipe. So if you design something that's based on pipe, the other thing is that 55-gallon oil drums are exactly the same the world over. It doesn't matter where they're made. So if you give them a design that uses hardwood and pipe and an oil drum,
you can build it anywhere in the world.
Portland Type 1 cement, you can build them anywhere in the world. And I was in the Philippines, and I did a demonstration there where we basically set up a tent, and in 4 days, using hand tools, I simply made them a complete machine. And I'm an anthropologist. I'm not an engineer. So it's pretty easy. The oil drum is kind of like carving a pumpkin. And you just sit there all day long, and I'm not going to throw peanuts in here because it'll make a huge mess. But you can imagine, you can put your hand down there and feel the air coming out of the fan. Right out in front. You feel the air coming out of the duct.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, so you
separate the peanuts and the shells.
And the shells.
So what happens is the peanuts and the shells land on that little shelf, which you adjust for angle depending on other crops as well. And then the shells being lightweight go uphill, and the peanuts being heavyweight slide downhill.
This is my kind of engineering. I love
well, you can understand it, right?
But also it's directed to real world problems, and it's not over designed to solve the problem. You know, it's practical, fixable, buildable. I think that's one thing that's often overlooked. A lot of times people come in, they try to bring modern Western technology into the third world, and they mean well, but it's not sustainable. And here you have something that seems very sustainable and really can really make a difference.
Well, if when your hardwood bearing wears out, you can go to your carpenter.
Right.
I mean, people don't realize, but 100 years ago, you would go around this country to sawmills, grist mills. All the bearings were hardwood. That's just simply how you made them. And the end grain of hardwood is as solid as brass when it comes to rubbing a piece of steel over it. So I've seen so much machinery in developing countries that just sits because it didn't have a bearing, it didn't have an injector for the pump, it didn't have a filter. The power grid is down, whatever it is. And there is an infinite supply of young, strong legs on this planet, and they never break down. They never need spare parts. So